stand with me, just leave your name and the party you're affiliated with.
My name is Hayden Greif-Neill, and I'm the living gold, and I represent the Squelch.
My name is Ratha Lai, and I'm running an independent, representing the people.
My name is Gambrell. I am running with the Defend Affirmative Action Party.
You're my favorite. Okay. So the first question will be answered in order. First, it will be Ratha, and then James, and then Hayden. Okay. So the first question for the External Affairs Vice President. As this year's External Affairs Vice President, Ricardo Gomez has taken more of an activist role than his predecessors. What have you liked and disliked about his approach, and how would you differ from him, if at all? So I'm going to repeat the question one more time. Just pay attention, and then I will repeat it again. As this year's EAVP, Ricardo Gomez has taken more of an activist role than his predecessors. What have you liked and disliked about his approach, and how would you differ from him, if at all? So again, in order, this will first be answered by Rob. So Rob, taking the phone. Okay, ready?
I'd like Ricardo's stance on activism and student organizing has remember forced Schwarzenegger to back off on the higher education cuts. That's one thing that happened with the student organizing. But something that Ricardo hasn't done is represent us properly in local, state, and national issues. He's not in any Berkeley City Council member meetings or anything else. I have actually been at Berkeley City Council meetings and spoken on behalf of students, as well as UC Region meetings and speaking on behalf of students. I've worked in relationship with UCSA and met half of the city council members personally, and I'm ready to bring in more students to be more actively involved in just both more political lobbying and also with advocacy as far as like student organizing goes, building coalitions across all of DC. So what I like about Ricardo is that he's been really able to bring a lot of awareness to our campus. He's consistently been able to make sure that there's rallies, to make sure that the students know that there is a budget crisis, right? Like I said earlier, he hasn't been properly representing us. We have no representation in local, there's no coalition building across any of our local city council members or even state legislators or even our government. There's just been no reaching out to them whatsoever. We can reach out to them. I've reached out to them and I've worked with them. We can effectively do that very effectively if we just happen to do it. Also, another thing that Ricardo doesn't do is also talk with administrators. That's something that I've actually been done. I'm currently the Multicultural Resource Organizing Community Development Director, and I work with under the Vice Chancellor of Equity and Inclusion to be on the undergraduate campus climate team to make sure that we have reports on operational excellence. Operational excellence is something on our campus that's really dangerous to the value of our university. They're basic economics of putting short-term gains over long-term.
Thanks so much. Great. Applause after this. Okay, James, you want to comment? Woo! Good. Okay.
So what I don't like about the current office is that while you can claim that you're an activist, it's one thing to claim to be an activist and actually be an activist. And being an activist means involving the entire student body and not just one-on-one behind closed doors conversations. And that's what we have been missing. We need to be inclusive of the entire student body. We have to bring the entire student body together, every single community, to organize a movement to the legislators and let them know budget cuts are not acceptable to education. If we continue to cut, then we continue to go down. We love calling ourselves the #1 public institution, but if they continue to cut us, we won't be able to offer the programs that allow us to be #1 in the first place. So we have to organize this movement. I like the fact that the office has been considered as activists, but we're really going to make it activists. We're really going to be inclusive of this student body and also work with the administration to double underrepresented minorities on this campus. I mean, if you look around right now, I see very few blacks and Latinas and Filipino and Pacific Islander. We need to do something about this. And I know many may think it's a joke, but it's real. We have to take a stand. We have to build a movement. And as External Affairs Vice President, I'm going to take that stand. I'm going to fight to build the movement, and we're going to move forward together as the Golden Bear family.
Beautiful. Yes.
I think of Ricardo. What does the whale think of the minnows who carry on his wake? What does the elephant think of the ants who flatten beneath his feet? I do not think of Ricardo as an answer. Activision, this so-called Activision, has done nothing to change the state of affairs. When I seize power, and buildings shall crumble before my might. Capitals shall fall, and our enemies shall wail, while their loved ones are stripped from their flesh.
Well,
Activism. You do not know activism. You do not know what will it takes to take power. And you will never know, which is why no real man can do the job of a god. Who will take office